away from me because I got nothing to do with what you're doing.
All right, sir. So you
turn the camera away from me.
You have a public lockup? He's threatening me with a public lockup. How? He threatened to take my freedom away from me. Unacceptable. Okay. But let's talk about the unacceptable things that are being done by your department.
No, we're gonna talk about how white people call up and call me a
So you only want to talk about what you want to talk about.
The same with you.
I just said it's unacceptable. Now, is it acceptable to I said it's unacceptable. Is it unacceptable to you? Is it unacceptable to you for law enforcement to violate people's Fourth Amendment right, ma'am? I just said it's unacceptable.
What's your name and badge number? I don't answer your questions, sir.
For order of...
I don't answer your questions. Look, here's the deal, buddy. You're going to give me your name and badge number, then you're going to leave.
Step on the property, you're going to get arrested.
Give me your name and badge number, please. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
Chief DeSavo.
Oh, you're a chief. Fitzwilliam Police.
This is ID Refusal Pro, where real encounters turn into constitutional showdowns. Today, we're taking you to Dalton, Illinois and Fitzwilliam, New Hampshire, where simple filming escalates fast. These officers may have gone too far demanding ID. Featuring footage from Long Island Audit and Press NH Now, two creators exposing the truth about civil rights and government accountability. But here's the real question. Will the auditors comply or stand their ground? Make sure to subscribe to their channels, links in the description. Tell them ID Refusal Pro sent you and that we stand for civil rights. Trust me, you're going to learn something and you will have an opinion on this.
Okay, can you get your name and badge number, please?
Can you get my name and badge number?
Yes.
Yeah, Officer Gist, badge 129.
Gilsum?
Gist?
Officer Gist.
Yes, sir.
No, I don't need any help, Officer Gist.
You just walking around filming?
Yeah, I'm just taking some pictures and video.
First Amendment auditor?
No, I'm a journalist.
Journalist?
I'm just a journalist taking some pictures and video.
First Amendment auditor? All right. You might just give me your name?
No, I'm not going to give it. Thanks, though.
That's perfectly fine.
Yep. You too. So this looks like the Tahoe that Tiffany Henyard gets driven around in by her security detail. Hey man, how are you? Is that your personal drone or is that police issued? Department drone? What's the purpose of the drone?
Purpose?
Yeah.
So we can be used for like searches for like fleeing offenders that might bail out of stolen cars, anything like that. Might, you know, God forbid we get a call about a missing child or anything in the area, we use it.
Surveillance.
Surveillance, stuff like that. But we won't use it more like for surveillance due to Fourth Amendment Act and stuff like that.
Right.
Now there are exceptions to that, but
right, I mean, if we're in a public area, you can...
stuff like that, but it's mainly for searches for fleeing offenders.
For fleeing offenders?
Yep.
Do you have to be, like, certified?
Yep.
Are you one of those officers that are certified? Yep. I would imagine you're out here practicing with it.
Oh, yeah, the only one practicing with it.
Right, you don't want to drive that thing off, fly it off, and end up in a ditch somewhere, right? Yeah. Of course not. Of course not.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, sir, how are you? Who are you?
What can I help you with, sir?
Who are you, sir?
Okay, here we go.
I just asking you came up to me, sir, respectfully. I'm just asking who you
I know
are.
you're in a police parking lot, though. We're wondering who you are.
Yeah, I'm just asking who you are, sir.
I'll tell you in a second.
Okay. Are you the police chief, sir? I think I recognize you. You're the police chief that said that we have to identify yourself in the state of Illinois, aren't you? Hi, how are you guys? Hey, you mind if I get your names and badge numbers?
No, you can't. What do you need for you?
You're a public servant and I'm just asking you to identify yourself.
I want you to identify you. What is your name?
No, I know your chief has taught you that you have to demand ID in the state of Illinois.
First of all, I'm not being demanded, but let me say this to you.
No, but that's what your chief taught you. I know that.
You don't know that.
I do. That's what he said.
You don't know what personal questions or answers or how we communicate. You don't know that.
But your chief has a specific policy here that violates the Fourth Amendment.
You assume that.
No, it came out of his mouth, ma'am. I could show you the video if you'd like.
You're talking to me. I saw the video. We're talking about right now at this moment.
Right. So was he educated since that video?
You're going to allow me to speak. We can sing the same time, but we can't speak the same. Sing the same.
Right. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead. I was just asking a question.
Okay. So listen. Whether you guys know it or not, the staff here has gotten so many threats. We get it constantly. So if we ask you to identify yourself, our job is to preserve life.
Your job is to preserve life.
That's right. So we're getting threats. We're called all type of racist names.
So why does 6 department officers? No, I heard you. The threats. I'm just asking. You said your job is to preserve life. Why are 6 officers not patrolling the street and they're with the mayor?
Look, we're talking about what's going on with the
Is your job to preserve the mayor's life or the?
You just want to talk and not listen.
I listen to you, ma'am. You said I'm asking you a question.
No, but I'm asking you a question first. And you're not answering my question. So you ought to want to hear about the volatile, dangerous situation that you all are putting these officers in.
Oh, I'm not doing that, ma'am.
Well, yes, you are.
I'm not.
Because if we ask you for your identification, give it to us. I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are.
You can have a bomb on you. I don't know who you are.
You could as well, ma'am.
I got on police clothing. So you know who I am. Hold on for a second. He needs to hear this. This is serious.
Go ahead, ma'am.
You
I'll let you
staff
speak.
people that are scared to death of the threatening threats that they're getting, racist threats. We've been called all type of racist names. This has nothing to do with the mayor. This is about the police department.
It has everything to do with the mayor.
Listen, because I'm serious when I say this.
I'm listening, ma'am. Go ahead.
I am so serious. This has become very dangerous for the staff people here who are not police. Our clerks are scared. We have to literally walk them to their cars and protect them because of the situation that's going on. This is serious. This is not.
You should take that up with the mayor,
No,
ma'am.
I'm taking it up with you.
Why? With me?
Because you're standing here and don't want to. You're standing here and not want to show your ID, and you're wrong for that, sir.
How am I wrong for that? You didn't want to identify yourself as a
what?
member of the
You know what?
police
But you're on
force.
police property.
But
I don't
I'm
know who you
wrong.
are.
This is public property.
But still, police work here, though.
Right. So you guys should be safe.
So
Feel
you know
safe
what? You
here.
just have a slick mouth.
I have a slick mouth. Chief, does everybody have to identify themselves? Chief, does everybody have to identify themselves when demanded by law enforcement, Chief? Chief, I don't care about Black Lives.
This is where everything changes. The chief steps directly into the auditor's path, cutting off movement while reaching for handcuffs. Under the Fourth Amendment, this may qualify as a detention, which requires reasonable suspicion of a crime. No crime was articulated, just presence and a camera.
I can walk, sir. I can walk.
Sir, don't walk up on me, sir.
I'm not. You're stopping in front of me. You're stopping in front of me.
Sir, don't walk up on me.
I'm not walking. I'm walking down the public sidewalk.
No, but can't get on nobody's personal
I'm
space.
not. He stopped. I'm not getting in anybody's personal space. He stopped in front of me. Chief, put those cuffs away. You're not going to arrest anybody. Stop it. Put the cuffs away. You'll be making a big mistake just like your mayor that you protect.
All right, sir.
Do you have to identify yourself in the state of Illinois like you said in the video? Officer, you're wrong for that. You're wrong for trying to get in my way, for getting in my way, for me asking questions of a government official. What's your name and badge number, sir? What's your name and badge number, sir? You don't want to answer any questions? Are you all tyrants?
Yes, sir. Okay, you got your album in?
It's just right now it's super windy, so I'm just trying to see how it will hold up. It's super windy, but push gonna shove, we probably feel fine. That's just a system check.
Officer, why did you put your hands on me when I was walking down a public sidewalk?
How far would you like
So when I was over this power line, that was probably about 60 feet. So I can go up probably about 100 feet to the building. That's pretty bad up there.
Okay.
So that's what's up. The drone can take it.
Lieutenant Harris.
I'm not gonna risk it. Probably.
Lieutenant Harris, why did you?
If it comes-
Lieutenant Harris, why did you step in front of me and put your hands on me to prevent my movement, sir? Why did you do that? Do you think that you have the right to put your hands on anyone at any given time? Is that what you think, Lieutenant Harris? You did. You did touch me.
Okay.
Your chief stopped right in front of my walking to prevent me from walking, and then you got up right next to me and you prevented me from walking. Is your loyalty to the chief and the mayor, or is it to the people? You're supposed to protect and serve the people. That's what you said, right? Preserve life. Your chief pulled out his handcuffs like he was going to do something. He doesn't have the guts. And you can let him know I said that. He has the guts to arrest anybody. Should be arresting criminals, not people trying to hold the government accountable.
Good day, sir.
Funding 6 officers protecting the mayor, Tiffany Henyard. What a joke this department is. What an absolute joke. You want to talk about people calling and threatening. I don't support that, but I don't support, first and foremost, I don't support this tyrannical behavior by this police department that has been brought on by a tyrant, corrupt mayor, Mayor Tiffany Henyard. That is the reason that they're acting this way, is because they're not law enforcement. They're not here to protect and preserve life. They're here to serve at the behest of the mayor. Chief, do you have to identify yourself to law enforcement in the state of Illinois? That's what you said, Chief. You're the chief of police. You said that all members of the public have to identify themselves to law enforcement. Why would that ever be the case?
I want to talk about how people call this job and call us in bad racist.
They shouldn't do that. They shouldn't do that.
That's what they're doing, though. That's what they're doing. Our staff are being.
I can't control them, ma'am. I can't control anybody.
The point I'm making is.
Am I calling you that?
You know what, sir?
You don't know me.
You don't know me either.
I don't.
You don't even know.
I'm not judging you. All I'm telling you is that what your police chief said on a public camera.
We're talking about what's going on with my staff.
So it only matters what's going on with your staff, not anybody else.
You know what, sir? If you don't want to talk about what I want to talk about, then we're not going to talk.
Well, I'm going to continue to talk, ma'am.
That's your mouth. That's your right.
I'll continue to talk, ma'am.
Go right ahead.
Are you trained officer to ask people for their ID and they're demanded to have ID in the state of Illinois?
I'm out here relaxing. Not trying to have a conversation.
Oh, I understand you're out here relaxing. That's fine. You're relaxing on taxpayer
Understand this.
Taxpayer dime.
This. You're on government property.
Oh, public property, sir. Right.
Government property.
Public property.
Okay. Well, we got a public lockup too. Okay.
So what does that
Now,
mean?
turn that camera away from me, because I got nothing to do with what you're doing.
All right, sir. So you
Turn the
have
camera away from me.
you have a public lockup?
He's being disrespectful.
He's threatening me with a public lockup.
He's being disrespectful.
How? He threatened to take my freedom away from me.
You know, and white people calling through every day saying they wish we were dead. I've been calling whore. Let's talk about that.
Unacceptable.
Okay.
But let's talk about the unacceptable things that are being done by your department.
No, we're going to talk about how white people call up and call me a whore.
So you only want to talk about what you want to talk about.
The same with you.
I just said it's unacceptable. Now, is it acceptable to... I said it's unacceptable. Is it unacceptable to you? Is it unacceptable to you for law enforcement to violate people's Fourth Amendment right, ma'am? I just said it's unacceptable.
Now listen carefully. The officer demands the camera be turned away, then references a public lockup. Filming in public is protected under the First Amendment, as affirmed in multiple federal cases. A threat of arrest for recording could be seen as retaliation against protected speech.
Y'all think it's okay to call
I'm not even white, ma'am.
I don't know what color you are. You're lighter than me. You look white to me. So I don't know.
So because I'm lighter than you, I'm white.
Let's talk about how my staff is scared.
Skin color has nothing to do with it, ma'am.
Obviously, that's what they call us. Horses say they go burn out the police department. They go bomb us. They go kill us. Let's talk about that. But then you want to come on property.
That's crimes. Talking about they're going to bomb the police department. Hold them accountable.
You can have a bomb on you right now. I don't know. I don't know.
You can have a bomb.
Well,
anybody can have a bomb.
But I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are. That's the point, ma'am. No one knows who anybody is.
We're both making a point.
No one knows who anybody is ever.
Because when I come to my job, I want to feel safe. I want to feel secure. I want my staff to feel safe.
Members of the public want to feel secure as well, ma'am. They want to feel secure, but you have your tyrant police chief demanding ID or saying they're going to throw people in lockup. What about this man? What about this officer? What about this officer who threatened to throw me into lockup? What about the officer that threatened to put me in lockup? Right. I just heard it the whole time. You just keep repeating yourself. I'm a racist. Right. What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
What's your name?
You want to threaten people to go into lockup? What's your name?
What's your name?
Guess? Don't ever threaten me to go into lockup unless you're going to do it. Unless you're going to do it. Unless you're going to do it.
You're going to have to leave.
Unless you're going to do it. If you're going to threaten it, do it.
Okay.
Don't just make empty threats. Do it. And watch me hold you accountable. Tyrant. Disgusting behavior. Ready to have a cordial conversation?
Because you know what? When the phone rings again, because they're on the phone now calling them, my staff is whores. I'm going to let you come in. I want you to hear it. How my staff is being called whores and they're threatening to kill us.
Horrible.
That's what I want you to hear.
I said it's horrible,
no,
man.
No, that's not good enough because you know
So what's good enough for you?
You know what? Because you all created this atmosphere.
How?
You know, sometimes white people,
Your mayor did that.
White people will bum you. You know that. You know it, honey. You know you all are very racist people.
I'm not white, but I don't think all white people are racist. I think saying that white people will bomb you is a racist statement. I mean, that's just me. You know that white people will bomb you. You people will bomb us. Imagine I said something. There she goes again. He doesn't want to talk about the racist phone calls.
All day. You want to talk about that? This is a staff who call for every day.
Unfortunate. So what does that have to do with anything?
You don't care.
I don't care, right? Okay.
Put that on YouTube. We're being called for.
Oh, it will be on my story for sure. How do I not want to hear that? You've repeated yourself over and over again.
I sure am.
Okay, so how haven't I heard it? But why don't you want to talk about the mayor and your police chief violating people's rights?
You know what? We're not talking about the mayor. We're talking about how white people are calling up here.
But why don't you want to talk about the mayor?
Talk about white people calling
Talk about the mayor.
racist.
I'm a racist. You're a racist, ma'am. You said that all white people bomb people. You're a racist. You're an ignorant racist tyrant. That's what you are. And you're a victim, apparently. You're a victim. You're claiming to be a victim. I'm not white, but I see a victim when I see one. You're playing the victim card very well, ma'am. You don't want to talk about the corruption in your department. You just want to talk about how you're supposedly being victimized. No, you don't care about people's constitutional rights. No, ma'am, you don't care about people's constitutional rights. That's what you don't care about. You don't care about that.
You don't either.
I do care about people's constitutional rights. I do care about it. I do. I'm not a racist. You are, ma'am. You're the only person who made a racist comment here today. You are the only person who made a racist comment here today. You made a racist comment that, you people, white people, which I'm not white, bomb people. Right, right. All white people bomb people. Right, ma'am. Right, ma'am. Like I said, you can talk about the complaints that you've received, but at the end of the day, you don't want to talk about your police chief being an ignorant fool. He's an ignorant fool.
You just proved my case. I've not called you out of your name, but I have to be a fool.
I said your police chief's an ignorant fool.
See, but this has nothing to do with the chief.
And you get to call me out. You called me a racist. Are you kidding me? You don't know me. You called me a white racist. I'm not even white.
You are.
I'm not.
Control the narrative.
I'm not even white.
People's safety.
And just being white doesn't make you a racist. Newsflash. Newsflash. White people aren't racist. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? But you've said that a million times. But you never once talk about the corruption here in Dalton. Why don't you go arrest the mayor? Why don't you go do your job and arrest the mayor?
This is my job right here.
No, do your job and arrest the mayor for corruption. Why don't you train your officers? You are a commander. You get a fancy car to take home, but you don't want to train people on how to uphold people's constitutional rights. This woman is actually insane. Really. I want to make a complaint. Do you guys take complaints against law enforcement officers, or do you guys just walk around and smoke cigarettes and not do anything all day? A lot of empty desks here. Do you guys take complaints against law enforcement, or do you just cover for law enforcement like you cover for the mayor?
That's what it is. And they can seem like that they're not. Anybody who knows, everybody knows how they operate. They're very racist.
No one's racist here, ma'am. I haven't said anything racist to you. You said racist things against me. You've called me a racist. You called me a white racist, that I bomb people.
Why my anger? Because you all are calling us bitches and whores.
I'm not calling you. I've never called the police department. I've never once called the police department. What are you talking about? I would like to make a complaint against an officer. If you guys in Dalton take complaints, do you guys take complaints against officers? You better be covering yourself. The FBI is investigating all of you. Do you take complaints against officers? Yes or no? Am I wasting my time here? Normally, you at least take the complaint, investigate yourself, and find no wrongdoing. But at this department, you don't even take complaints, huh? Understood. Got it. Not going to waste my time here anymore. You've been exposed. Do you guys have any comment on the mayor's situation that's happening right now? I'm an independent journalist.
Sir.
You don't have any comment on that?
Please don't talk to them. They're victims.
Well, I just wanted to know if they had any comment on the mayor's situation right now. I'm a journalist. I'm just working on the story here.
I understand that, but if you're going to do that, then you need to confine that to the front part of the parking lot because it's a secured area.
It's not secured. They're parked right there.
Sir, they're family members of a victim.
Right.
So please.
This is a public parking lot, sir.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
That's where they parked. Where do the public park? They park here, right? They do. Why are you guys being difficult for it?
Hey, LT.
I've already talked to the chief and the LT. Your chief tried to arrest me. He took out his handcuffs, but he didn't have the guts to do it. He just wanted to intimidate me. Another one said he was going to throw me in the lockup. Didn't do it either.
You said you're an independent journalist.
Independent
right?
journalist, sir.
Who
right.
are you? What's your name?
Well, what's your name, sir?
Coleman.
Coleman. My name is Sean Coleman.
Sean?
Sean.
Sean what?
Just Sean.
Just Sean?
Just like you're just Coleman, I'm just Sean.
I'm Officer Coleman. This is where I
I'm
work.
investigative journalist Sean. Do you have any comment on the allegations of corruption and tyranny by your mayor, Tiffany Henyard?
Any comment for you, sir?
Do you work on her security detail? Officer Coleman, do you work on her security detail? Do you know where she is? I've been looking for her. I can't find her anywhere. Do you know where she hides? Has she left the country? Going home for the day. Going home for the day? You don't want to talk. You just want to say the same thing over and over again. That's fine, but...
Here's the thing about it. Until you walk in these shoes, you would never understand it. I could care less what's going on with the mayor and anybody else. What I care about, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, is my staff.
Your staff isn't in any danger.
No, so you can't say that. If you're getting threatened every day, how would you want to go to your job and every day the phone rings all day? We can't even conduct business.
Every day in my job I get
But
threatened.
listen though, so then you should be identified. But here's the thing about it, you'll never be able to identify because you're not black, but you want to say the victim. See, those are catch-22.
So if I was black, I would be okay?
No, you're missing a point. When you say stuff like that, we have always been victims. Even in 2024, we're victims. And so now here we are in 2024. I got staff persons who are trying to do their job, and they're being called all day. Imagine that. You have to imagine it.
Like I said, horrible, but
somebody,
horrible.
For example, we may get a call for somebody going into cardiac arrest. That call comes straight to the clerk's office, and then we just dispatch it back out. But because the phones are tied up with the same persons that call on a regular, I've never had to experience this.
Right.
I don't care about what's going on.
I agree with you about the resources. You're losing resources by people calling, but what about the resources you're losing by protecting the mayor?
You know what? I'm not gonna talk about. I'm talking about my staff being threatened. That's serious.
Okay, but if you don't want to talk about the
We're
mayor,
not gonna talk about it.
you don't want to talk about the
You
mayor.
want to control the narrative again.
I said that. That's a bad thing. That I said. I just answered you.
No, but that's not.
But you can't answer my questions, but I can answer
That's
yours.
just a statement you're making because you really don't care. Because if you care,
The mayor's being protected by 6 officers that could be on the street. They could be on the street protecting the residents of
I don't care
Dalton.
about my staff being threatened. They said they're going to burn.
But what about the public that's being threatened with the lack of officers here?
You don't want to talk.
What about the public?
You just got a slick
How
mouth.
would I have a slick mouth? I haven't said anything. You called me a racist. I'm not a racist. I'm not a racist.
I stand by because you don't want to listen to what's going on with my staff who are all black women being called.
I'm not a racist,
You know
man.
what?
You said racial comment today.
You conduct yourself like
Well,
a
I said that's horrible, and then I wanted to talk to you about something else.
You're being pretentious, so you want to brush over it.
So what would you like me to say? You want me to cry about it? I don't understand,
You don't
man.
want to hear about staff being called bitches and whores.
What would make you happy about? What would make you
You
happy?
can make the phone call stop, then we'll talk.
I can't make anything stop. That has nothing to do with me. I want to make a complaint against you, Lieutenant.
Okay.
Bunch of tyrants.
From a chaotic confrontation in Dalton to a quieter, but no less strategic encounter in New Hampshire, the real question shifts. What happens when police push, but can't quite cross the line? Watch closely. This next audit reveals a different kind of power play.
There's a lady at the window there. She was just peeking through the window in the door. There was the clerk again. So that was the first contact. What? What do you mean, who do I work for? I don't work for anybody, man. I can't even hear you.
It's a private business.
Yeah, so what?
Just asking.
What's that have to do with anything? I'm not on the property, dude.
Ask why you fit into the business.
I don't know. Where are you going? Cool. I'm just taking video. Oh. What's up? What?
How are you?
I'm good, you?
That's good.
Good.
Can I help you with anything?
Not at all, man. Don't think so. Can't hear you.
For a ride?
Nah, I don't answer questions, man.
Oh.
I flew in on a parachute, so
Where's the shoot?
can't tell you that. You leaving work?
No, you?
Where are you going?
Away, you?
See you later. 452. 1453 or something? Bye. Still there. He's probably gonna wait till closing time. They haven't made contact yet. And it is almost 5 o'clock, which is their closing time. So maybe they have a detail until everyone leaves. I'm not sure what we're waiting on. Kind of a observe, report, and leave. That's usually how it should be if there was a call made. If not, make contact, but yeah, so it's a white Dodge Charger. The sheriff. Car number 1. Nice, he put his lights on.
Hi, I got a complaint from the property owner.
I was what?
Interfering with vehicles that are leaving the parking
What's your
lot?
name and badge number, first of all?
Is that
What's your
true?
name and badge number?
Is that the case?
What's your name
The
and badge?
chief pushes for identification, but notice what's missing: any clearly stated crime. Under the Fourth Amendment, an officer must have reasonable, articulable suspicion to detain and demand ID, as outlined in Terry v. Ohio, 1968. Here, the interaction feels less like enforcement and more like a search for justification.
Your name and badge number. I don't answer your questions, sir.
Per order of...
I don't answer your questions. Look, here's the deal, buddy. You're going to give me your name and badge number, then you're going to leave.
Step on the property, you're going to get arrested.
Give me your name and badge number,
Very
please.
simple.
What's your name?
All set.
What's your name?
Good.
What's your name?
Chief DeSalvo.
Oh, you're a chief. Fitzwilliam Police.
Listen, you're not welcome on the property.
I don't really give a fuck what you say. I don't need you to tell me shit, dude.
I'm just telling you.
All right, well, you could just fucking observe, report, and leave, buddy. Where's your patrol? You actually got your ass out of the fucking chair this time, huh? I know, hey. You want my name, buddy? Hey. Hey, Chief. You're not the first one, buddy. And if you take a picture of me, I'm going to FOIA request it, so don't delete it. Yeah. You better send me that picture, buddy. Bye, Chief. Hey, name's right here. Right here, buddy, look. See, right there. Bye, Chief. Take that with you, buddy. Bye, sweetheart. Like I'm going to answer his questions. See, if I answer that question, right, what happens now is that he's got me on, you know, blocking the roadway. And that's just not the case, so I'm not going to answer that question.
This moment is subtle, but critical. By refusing to answer, the auditor avoids potentially incriminating statements. The Fifth Amendment protects against self-incrimination, especially in ambiguous situations where words can be used to build a case. Sometimes, silence isn't defiance, it's strategy.
I do have a right to cross back and forth. Use the old "here's the deal" before he gets to. No, he's doing donuts, guys. He's itching to get me. Could tell. He wanted me to answer that question so he can get me for something. Was I interfering with the driveway? It's a good try, Chief. Don't block the roadway, Chief! See you later. Snowflakes calling the cops on me. I'm still here. I don't know why you called the police on me. It's a waste of resources. Snowflake.
Two encounters, two different pressures, one clear truth. When you understand the law, the power dynamic changes instantly. One escalated to emotion, the other tested limits through strategy, but both revealed the same reality: Authority without legal ground eventually collapses. You don't need to be loud, you need to be right. In this country, freedom isn't granted by permission, it's exercised through knowledge. If you've ever been asked for ID without cause, drop your experience below. Subscribe so you're never caught off guard again. This is ID Refusal Pro, where knowing your rights is your strongest defense.